Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. When I watch these things, by the way, I come directly from watching them. It's not like a couple hours pass or I do it the next day. I literally have just stepped away from watching the first episode of Underdogs, and I'm still feeling it. Okay, this is a little kiss assy sounded, but this is the funniest docu series I've ever seen involving nature and animals, especially through National Geographic and Disney Plus. I have watched a lot of nature documentaries during this more than 2,100 episode series of everything on Disney Plus. One thing a day for the last 2,100 plus days. Ryan Reynolds is the narrator for this. Or it could be argued that Deadpool is narrating this. He says it's Ryan Reynolds, but they are interchangeable at this point. There's no Deadpool without Ryan Reynolds. We're done. Like, I don't want to say this, but he goes away tomorrow. There's nobody else to be Deadpool. You could interchange Spider-Man over more than 25 years, or more if you count the stuff from the 70s and the 90s and all the cartoons and stuff. But the okay, I don't want to make this into a Deadpool love fest, but Ryan Reynolds is narrating this nature documentary series that is unlike anything you've seen. You want to see the animals? You see, I've seen so many documentaries, of course, about sharks and lions and elephants and penguins, and it's not from National Geographic, not just from National Geographic. It's from Disney Nature or just some other random people just churning out animal documentaries, often sharing the same footage but different parts of it, so it looks like it's separate. They just keep cranking them out. This is from 2025. This is brand new. So this just came out in the last few months. I'm going to cut to the chase. Watch this. Whether you care about nature documentaries or not, watch this. Now, usually nature documentaries are something that you want to educate people with, like educate kids, and this is educational. Certainly you can learn a lot. But is it meant for kids? Not for little ones. I can say that it's not good. It's not easy for squeamish adults, or people who don't like innuendo. Yeah. While there's no unbleeped profanity in this, as you would expect from Ryan Reynolds or as Deadpool. Like one part of the first episode here, he just says orgy a lot. Try explaining that to your 5-year-old. Well, what's an orgy? Yeah. He's talking about frogs. Glass frogs. Yeah. So what's the point of this? What makes it any different other than some guy talking funny through the entire thing, making jokes? It's literally talking about not the glorious creatures that we've seen plenty of documentaries about over the years, all the way back to the true life adventures, from Walt Disney back in the 60s. This is all the bottom feeders. This is the lowest level, the weirdos, the creeps, the ones with, well, at least in this first episode, it's called Super Zeros, and appropriately, it's a nice little bridge connection to the world of, the MCU. It's not talking about superheroes, as we would assume that an elephant and a lion and a tiger and maybe some monkeys would all team up and, fight crime together. This is, okay, Honey Badger, he's included in this. Only because he's, durable. But he's certainly not, like, glamorous in any way. He's not the king of the jungle. He just keeps going. You just can't usually kill him. Um, there's the axolotl, there's the glass frog, there's the pistol shrimp, which seriously, he talks about all these animals as if they have superpowers, as if he's building a team of just absolutely strange superheroes. And Marvel, I have a feeling somebody there has watched it and is already making a series, a comic series, featuring people with these powers. I just feels like somebody should be. Either that or DC's going to take it seriously. Or some independent is just going to slip right in there and take all your money. Just saying. I'm not going to give away all the powers or all the ones they chose, but it's a great collection of just creatures you may not have heard of, some you definitely have, and when you realize, he kind of builds up each animal as to, what they're about, what they look like, sort of makes jokes about, how they appear, how they act, and how you just really want to underestimate them. But there's a certain moment, he just sort of builds up to the moment where they get to reveal their power, their ability. That, yeah, from in the case of the first one, which is a worm, but it has like 20 pairs of legs. I don't know. It's I can't remember what it is. It's not a silkworm, I don't think. I forget what it is, but because it was so long ago, like 40 minutes ago. Each of these episodes are about 35 to 40 minutes long each. This one, the first one, was 39 minutes long. Yeah, they pack a bunch of these in, and so there's no. I've never watched a documentary about animals where I spent most of my time going, holy. I'm not going to swear. I'm not Ryan Reynolds, obviously. But I just, oh my God. Like, that's what I'm saying over and over again, not believing what I'm seeing or hearing. Yes, he's funny. He's expressing himself as we know Ryan Reynolds to express himself, and mostly in the form of Deadpool. Again, you could imagine Deadpool saying all of these things. And I will warn you that you do need to watch to the very end of the episode, at least the first episode, because will he muddy the waters even further? Will he take a shot at a Wolverine? Well, you'll have to watch to find out. How does he take that shot? Yeah, it's not the animal so much. Let's just say that. So yeah, it's great fun. It may not be for all children. Young teens, sure, they're gonna get all the jokes because their minds are as dirty as yours. They know what's going on. It's again, it's not perverse or well, it is scatological because there's just an awful lot of poop. In certain sequences, but that's just nature. It's not Satanist nature. It's not sexy or anything. Speaking of sexy, the titles of the episodes will pretty much help you figure out what each episode is about. There's only 5 of them so far. Super Zeros is what I watched. You get to see the surprise powers of certain really strange creatures. Terrible Parents focuses on the parenting skills of, yes, the worst of nature. Sexy Beasts, well, why not? Vampire Bats. Those vampires, right? I'm sure there's a few Twilight jokes in there somehow. The Unusual Suspects. That, he's going to steal something. They're just look at his face. And then 5, just total gross out. Like, what other National Geographic documentary? That's a sloth, yes. I mean, you didn't need Ryan Reynolds to tell you that a sloth is just weird. Sorry, Kristen Bell, but they're weird. Okay? How they've lived this long is a miracle, but maybe we'll learn something about how they've lived so long, and not just because they're under Kristen Bell's protection. Just saying. So yeah, 5 episodes, all about 40-ish minutes each. You could spend your time a whole lot worse. And there's nothing wrong with normal documentaries that are so educational, and you learn a lot, and they're beautifully shot. This is beautifully shot. By the way, it's 2025. They've got the technology. They get those macro lenses in there, and they are uncomfortably close to a lot of what's going on. A lot. Stuff you don't want to see. So you will be grossed out in many cases. You will laugh your butt off. But yeah, somewhere in between there is a relative amount of joy that you'll take from this experience, which I can't say for every other nature documentary. It's just not possible. They're gorgeous, but no. Nothing like this. There's nothing else like this. So I know that I have way too many documentaries to go in this series. Again, I'm going to probably finish this series sometime in January where I will have watched everything on Disney Plus by that point. Possibly. Maybe February. At least in a consecutive sense. But... And most of those things that I have to watch are still documentaries, because there's no reality shows, unfortunately, and like live concerts and stuff like that, which are fine. But if I could put this on 4 more times to be a documentary, to my list of documentaries, I would do it. I'm going to add this to my list of things that I promised to watch, but will probably spend the next 20 years trying to watch. This feels like, I mean, it's 5 episodes. There should be more. Put out a season 2. Find more animals, make them, create them. I don't care. Just have Ryan Reynolds talk about them in his way. And I was waiting for this to load, just see a number, and I shouldn't have. Because I already know what I'm watching tomorrow. In a somewhat, well, an MCU-related connection, we have something that premieres tomorrow. Well, we have a movie 2 days from now, which was just added recently, it seems. But we're not going to watch that tomorrow. We're going to watch a different movie. Tomorrow's movie is Thunderbolts. Ding, with the little asterisk. By now, a lot of you know what that asterisk stands for. It means it's a technical. There's a change coming. So you probably, if you stuck around to the end of the film, if you saw it in theaters, which many of you did not, you know what that little asterisk is about. So, Thunderbolts is coming to Disney Plus tomorrow, and I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, and I'm going to do my best not to spoil it. Okay? I might have to spoil the name, because it's been out everywhere, or the surprise with the asterisk. But either way, we're going to be watching, not whatever that number was, 48. 48, we'll get to that. That's a movie that we'll watch the day after tomorrow. But tomorrow, I promise, we're watching Thunderbolts from Marvel on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.